I think I only have 10 minutes to talk before I'm gonna be late to work. And people are screaming outside. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm very overwhelmed. But we're gonna get through this and it's gonna be fine. Okay, so today we're gonna talk about my top 5 favorite crafting supplies. You may have heard of these, you may have not. This is mostly for beginners, but maybe I'll teach you something that you've not seen before, some little hacks. And we're gonna get through it and it's gonna be fine. And I'm not gonna be late for work, okay? Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1. Number 1 is a Tailors Ham. So if you don't know what a Tailors Ham is, it is essentially a tool that you can use to iron on for seams that are curved. So for corsets or princess seams or anything that's supposed to be molded to the body, it's really good to go over it. And I love my Tailors Ham. There's different sides that you can use, so you can really choose and customize what you want the curve to look like. But yes, it's great for ironing in order to make articles of clothing look nice on your body. Number 2 is this little guy. So this is called a friction pen. And if you don't know what a friction pen is, it's essentially a pen that you can erase because the friction of back here causes it to erase itself. So the reason why I love friction pens is because you can use it on fabric. If you are sketching out what your piece is gonna be, or you're trying to write notes to yourself, or anything that you need to notate, or darts, you can draw on here. See, I got that little line. This pen is almost out because that's how often I use it. And when you go to iron it, let me just... Tailors Ham can make it so you don't burn your hands as well when you're trying to iron while it's sitting up. Okay, the little mark, you iron it, and it's gone. It just erases itself because the heat of the iron is the exact same thing as the friction. So very, very useful when you're trying to notate on fabric. Number 3. Number 3 is kind of a 2-for-1 special. We got a big old pot and some tongs. And this is my dye pot. So I got it from the thrift store for like $3. And if you don't know, when you start to dye things, especially synthetic dyes, that it is no longer safe to cook food with the same cookware. So it's just really useful to just thrift a big old pot and get some tongs, and that way you can just keep them, and you keep them in a separate place so you don't ever poison yourself. Number 4 is EVA Foam. Now, I'm sure a lot of people have heard of EVA Foam, but it is so versatile for anything you need to make, especially for cosplays. It comes in different thicknesses. That's a thicker one versus this is a thinner kind, but it's just like really soft, pliable foam that you can shape in any way that you want. I used, oh my gosh, if I can reach it. I used EVA Foam in order to make my fish bones. So all of this, everything that you can see is EVA Foam. And as you can see, it creates more harsh lines, but it also is very moldable, and 10 and 10 recommend. It's really easy to paint, and I would have not been able to make fish bones without it. Number 5 is a heat gun. So the heat gun is how I shaped fish bones. When you use it to heat up EVA foam, it makes it really pliable and moldable, and then it holds the shape as it cools down. So that is how I got all of the curves on fish bones and all the little minuscule details. And then it's overall really nice if you like glue something that you didn't mean to, so you need to heat up the glue in order to melt it. It's just a really, really useful tool to have around. And that is my 5, but surprise, surprise, I've got 2 bonus ones. both of which I don't have because I ran out. But I will show pictures, okay? So number 6. Number 6, we have fabric medium. Now, fabric medium, if you don't know what that is essentially some paint that you can mix in with 50% acrylic paint, 50% that, and it becomes fabric paint. So that is so useful if you're ever trying to paint fabric or anything. It makes it so you can wash it, and it makes it more wearable so it's not so stiff, and it's just a really great way to get fabric paint without having to purchase fabric paint. My last one, my 7th thing that I love, is contact cement. So contact cement is essentially really, really strong glue, and it makes it so that it can hold really anything while also still being a little bit flexible. So sorry, but once again with my fish bones, I used it to glue everything together. So the jaw still moves a little bit, like it still has some movement, but it's not going to come apart because of the contact cement. So the way that contact cement works is that you glue both sides of whatever you're trying to glue, and you let it sit until it becomes tacky. And then once it's tacky, you can press it together, and then it is not going to budge. That's it for you. So love contact cement. It's really, really strong. It will, if you're using it, get on your fingers, and then your fingers will feel pretty terrible for a couple days while you wait for the glue to come off, but so useful. I can't recommend it enough. And yeah, that's kind of all I got. I know that this video is super short, but I'm running late to work and my life's falling apart. So enjoy this super short video. Hope it was helpful. Kind of just wanted to get to the point as quickly as possible. I will link everything down in the description so you guys can look at the products that I've been using, with the exception of the dye pot. Get your own. I don't know where it came from. Yeah, that's kind of all I got for you guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys next week.